All right, so we got another update in this James Krause betting scandal thing, a big update, and a lot of details are just continuing to come out. And Jeff Molina is now apparently a huge, major accomplice, and he has been suspended indefinitely for major involvement in this thing. Now, here's the thing. There's new information. I talked about this a little bit on the live stream, but it's really important that I talk about this on this actual video because this is not how it appeared to be initially. Now, I realize that when I talked about this in previous videos, there were people who were like disputing what I was saying, but now we know that what I was saying is correct. However, even though the facts were correct, the situation is different than it appeared, okay? And I'm going to give a lot of context there, and I'm going to talk about what Krause is facing, what Jeff Molina is potentially facing, and then and why it's very different. Now, this is not... Anyway, we'll get into it in a second. Now, before we do, like on every video, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel if you're going to watch my stuff. I don't mind, you can watch everything. Just subscribe first, click one button, you're done. That is what we're shaking on. And then also, this video only, one time, if you use my promo code and go to sheathunderwear.com and use FIRE for your 20% discount, for each single pair of Sheath underwear that you purchase and you send me a receipt, you will be entered to win one of 2 Jordan 3s. And here's the thing. You don't just get, what are you going to do with one Jordan 3? Here's the answer. I am going to sign it and I will put whatever message you want on there, right? So, it's like, hey, keep your dreams alive. Love Jesse on fire. Literally, if you want me to write, I have a 14-inch dong. As a matter of fact, I have a 2-inch dong, Jesse on fire. I will write that on this thing and then sign it. So you get free reign, whatever you want, whatever message you want me to write something to your kid, I'll write it to your kid. If you want me to say that I have anything, actually, you know what? Dear Matt, watching you have sex with Gabrielle was amazing. Signed, Jesse on fire. I would even write that, dude. I think that's funny. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and buy a pair or 5 pairs of Sheath underwear. Use the promo code FIRE. Send me the receipt in my email, realjesseonfire@gmail, and you will get entered to win one of 2 of these. We're giving away 2. Okay, so Jeff Molina. That is the weirdest promo ever. I literally just thought of that today. Okay, so Jeff Molina has been apparently suspended indefinitely. The exact quote from Twitter is that... which, if you can't see it, Jeff Molina is now officially suspended because of substantial involvement in James Krause's gambling scandal. Wow. Okay. So here's the thing about that. Okay. When they are talking about James Krause's gambling thing, right? There's 2 different sides to this. I have spoken at length about the structure, but that structure is now very different in my eyes than when I first talked about it. And I'll talk about that in a second. But then the other thing is fight fixing. Okay. The fight fixing thing is a completely different ballgame, okay? One of them is inexcusable. The other one is not, in my opinion. One of them, you're kind of accidentally in trouble, big trouble. The other one, you're not, okay? And I will tell you exactly where I'm speculating and where I know things for sure, okay? So, the thing that I am nearly certain is the case in terms of Jeff Molina's involvement is where Krause was referring people to a specific betting site and then getting commission based off that, okay? So there are a bunch of different structures of how you can get paid. I've learned a bunch about this recently since I did the live stream because I am probably going to pick a legal outfit in the United States and do the same thing. But you could basically, if you make sure that you're promoting a solid organization and and they incentivize your players so they get a really good deal extra, if you push people over to those sites, they will pay you, right? It's like any other thing. It's just a marketing expense for them. Now, in many cases though, the way that they pay you in a pure betting, pure betting situation is they will split the losses with you. So if you get someone that bets a lot of money and they start betting with this specific outfit, 50% of their losses, or anywhere between 35 and 50% of their losses will get paid out to the person who referred them, okay? So I was given that exact offer, okay? I was given that exact offer by Bet365. Pretty sure it was Bet365, which is just, which is a totally legit international sports betting organization, okay? And the thing about it, like I said on the live stream, is it's illegal. That's the thing. It's illegal. They're not it's illegal. And I only kind of came to this once I found out that Krause was doing that for an international sports gambling organization. Because sports gambling is so commonplace to speak about now that you like don't even realize that it's illegal. You got it on ESPN, you got it on CBS. There are no sports outlets where sports gambling is not a central part of what they talk about. They talk about the line. They talk about who's, oh, is it underdog? Oh, he's plus 365. And in all these places where like you don't talk about things that are illegal. And on ESPN, if you're talking about like, oh, this guy's a plus 325 underdog. And yet if I live in this state, I actually bet on it, I'm committing a crime. Like, do you hear like anywhere where like, they're all, yeah, so in the event that he does lose, he's probably going to take a baseball bat and he's going to hit the opponent's wife in the knee. You're all, that sounds like, it sounds like assault, brother. Sounds like assault with great bodily harm. They're all, yeah, it is. You're also, why are you talking about it? That's a crime. They're all, what do you mean? Hey, we're just talking here, man. We're just talking. Like, that's what's so weird about this, the fact that this is actually illegal. It makes no sense to me, but it is, okay? So with the Krause thing, what I had heard was that Krause was recruiting other people, lots of fighters and things like that. Shit, I'm not letting any cats out of the bag. The feds are on this, dude. The feds are on this. The state athletic boards are on this. I'm not going to be, tipping anybody off. But they're getting like fighters and other people like that who are recruiting other players in. And basically what I said the original is I was like, they were running half sheets. And what that means in, like if you're in the mafia, right, and you're doing a half sheet, that just means that you're given the lines and you go out to people and you get them to play with you. They give you the money. Technically, your bank is this person up here who is like a larger, sportsbook, person. And so if this person wins, they're the one who pays it out. If they lose, then they pay you out part of what they lost. Right? So you're the recruiter, you're running a half sheet. Okay, so that's literally exactly the structure of this, right? It's exactly the structure. However, if you're Krause and you have a relationship with this organization, which apparently now in hindsight, it seems obvious to me, was illegal, and then you go out and you're recruiting other people and you're getting some kind of commission based off what they get, because why else would he be doing it? Then now you have built a network of people who are recruiting people to illegally gamble on sports. And again, I just want to stress this. It's absurd. It's not, like you saying it's illegal, technically it's illegal. The only reason sports betting is illegal is because gaming companies have lobbied against it. They just lobby against it because they don't want people to be able to bet on sports from their home. They want them to have to go to their casino. They want them to have to be able to bet with them. It's literally just, like in all honesty, the corruption isn't actually on the sports betting side. It's on the fact that it's illegal. That's like the actual corruption. Is the fact that it's illegal, because it takes all this corrupt money to get them to keep something that everyone partakes in anyway illegal. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And so, in my opinion, if that side of the business, which was Krause and Molina and all these guys just recruiting people to play, if that's what he did, and it was a $25 million thing, because that's what they're saying, it's a $25 million deal, which just means they had taken in $25 million worth of bets, or maybe had gotten paid out $25 million in losses, whatever. If that's what we're talking about, then this is semantics and it's bullshit, in my opinion. Okay? Doesn't mean it doesn't matter. He's still going to get rung up, but in my opinion, in terms of the ethics, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're going to bet somewhere, so he says, hey, why don't you bet here? And he's going to get his life destroyed? Give me a break, dude. And Molina, I had always heard Molina was like right next to Krause all the time. Like they were boys. I'm sure Molina very much looks up to Krause because he's like 25 years old. Krause is a retired fighter who's balling, right? So Molina wants to win the title. He was the first one to come to Krause's defense when Megan Anderson came out and did that stuff. So I'm just overtly going to defend these guys in the event that really is all that was going on. That said, where this is going to get dicey, okay? Where this is going to get dicey, and this is where I am partially speculating and partially making common sense deductions, right? So we all know that he had whales, right? There were some people betting with him that were fucking whales. Big bettors, okay? He had this Discord also where not only is they're paying him $50 a month to be members, all of them I'm sure are betting with his outfit. So he's making a boatload of money on all of them, Now he's making good picks and everything. I'm sure that he's not like losing any bets on purpose. But he also has the ability to swing a line in an enormous way if he has a tip on something that is fixed, right? And I have no idea whether the Minner fight was fixed. It looks incredibly, incredibly suspicious, as we all know, right? Now, in the event that the Minner fight was fixed, he's fucked, okay? he's fucked if that's the case. And if there are any other fights that were fixed, he's fucked. And if Jeff Molina was in any way involved in discussing fights being fixed or found out that there was a fix-in and then he relayed that, that's the thing is like, so if you operate under the assumption that Krause is going to go down for some kind of fight fixing, which I'm not saying that he's going to, but in the event that you were making that assumption, then you go, well, how could Jeff Molina be a part of that? Simple, dude. Extraordinarily simple. Okay? Krause has the fix. He tells Molina. Molina makes a bet. Boom, done. Okay? Or Krause has the fix. He already said that he was working a bunch of other accounts. Okay? So he was running other people's accounts. He tells Molina. Molina goes in and he makes bets for those accounts online. Something like that. Or, here's the other thing too. Okay? So, one of the things that Krause, obviously Krause had a bunch of whales. If the structure, now again, I'm saying if, because I don't know this for sure, but I'm making a common sense deduction. In the event that these guys were betting with Krause, because that's what I'd always heard, was like they were betting with Krause. That's why when I came and I did the video initially, I'm like, dude, he was like running his own illegal sports book. Okay. Why that would be the case when it's actually going through an international betting organization is because if he's getting paid out 35%, 50%, whatever, and again, I'm speculating, but this is something I would have probably done, is like if I've got a whale who's making $150,000 bets or more, I want to know exactly what's getting bet because a rounding error, if I'm owed 35% or I'm owed 50%, a rounding error can be 50 grand. You know what I mean? I want to know exactly what they're betting. I don't want to have to trust them. I want to know exactly what they're betting. And so I might have them bet through me, right? Give me the money. Like, I'll take the bet, I'll bank the bet, and then I just become this facilitator, middleman between you guys and this organization. I know they're good for it, so there's no way I'm going to get stuck on this, but I have a perfect accounting. People are betting with me, and I basically become the middle between this, the bettor and these guys. And so that being the case, that changes things because now technically they're not betting with them. Right? When they win a bet, who owes them that money? Them? No. When they win that bet, who owes them the money? Krause owes them the money, right? Not them, Krause. So Krause technically has turned himself into an illegal sports book at that point, okay? Now, if Molina was running a very similar operation and he's taking money from people, same story. Even if he's middlemaning between these guys and Krause, if he's taking money or he's facilitating money, but he is dick deep in this thing. Because then it's not like you just can say, dude, I was just helping recruit people and then they bet and I was hands off. No. You were facilitating illegal gambling. You were also associated with the UFC, which technically wasn't violating anything until very recently. And so on and so forth, right? So that's how Jeff Molina could get jammed up very easily if he was this, heavily associated with Krause, which it sounds like he was. And that's really sad because he's 25 years old, dude. He's 25 years old. Now, the good news for Krause and Molina, etc., is in the event that the actual legal outcome of this is not too bad, like if they, let's say they end up, I don't know, let's say Krause ended up doing 3 years, right? As long as he is able to come out and maintain a social media presence, what he will be able to do when he gets out is he will be able to pick up where he left off, except with a legal organization, which in 3 years is going to be all of them, okay? Like he'll be able to do basically the exact same thing as he was doing here, except with a new organization that's legal in the United States, and there's no reason why he wouldn't be able to do that. He comes out, he's making content, he builds a big following, and he recommends something like this and whatever. Now, facilitating the bets, probably not, obviously, because you need to be licensed. But recruitment and all that stuff, that's totally different. But Molina, again, dude, he's so young. Like, it's sad, dude. Because I've been in those situations before, like someone who's older than you and is balling and like, they're like, especially like a coach and a coach, you're a fighter and they're, you're in there every day and they're like, this. And then when you do well and they compliment you, it feels like $1 billion. And then when they trust you enough to bring you in on a thing like that, and then you're performing well in that also, and they look at you like you're the apple of their eye. Not only are you an exceptional martial artist, you're doing really well in the UFC, simultaneously you're making a lot of money for yourself and for them, and they helped you with that. It's like, it's just sad, dude. It's just sad. I know exactly what Molina probably felt like, and now he's going to pay for it, And I don't think Krause is a bad guy at all. I really don't. I don't think Krause is a bad guy. I do not think Krause is a bad guy at all. I think even if he did fix a fight, I bet you in his mind he thought he was doing a good thing because Minner got hurt and he's like, look, dude, this guy needs the money. This guy needs the money, so on and so forth. Like, everybody can make out here. The only victim is a sports book, and fuck sports books, right? Like in his mind, even though like all this money is coming from the sports books, but at the same time, it seems like a victimless crime. So I don't know, man. But those are my thoughts on this whole thing. And again, it's just kind of sad. And again, if you want me to write to blah, 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 this is super sad. Love Jesse on fire. Or I bet you had a nice time with my wife. Love Jesse on fire. Anything's on the table, dude. I will write that on here. SHEATHunderwear.com, and then you use the promo code FIRE, and then you get 20% off, and you get entered to win. Love you guys.